Now, I love a high value tool as much as the next person, but just because it's high value does not mean it's going to be high performing, and there may be some hidden issues in an inexpensive design. And this knife is a prime example of that and what you should steer away from and look for in your compact fixed blades. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another gear review here at the channel. I'm Aaron. This is Gideonstactical, and yes, I am sporting my YUKON Cornelius hoodie, the ultimate Arctic explorer who saved Christmas. We all should be as prepared and as hardy as YUKON Cornelius. He's even packing some heat right here. And I actually just scored this hoodie last year on Amazon. I have no affiliation with the company or anything like that. It's not mine. But there's a lot of YUKON Cornelius merch over on Amazon, t-shirts, hoodies, sweaters, you know, stickers, things like that. So if you're into YUKON Cornelius, you want to check that out, there's a link popping up and it'll be in the description box below over to my Amazon store. But we are looking today at this FLISSA, I think is how you say it, FLISSA compact fixed blade. Now, this knife doesn't even have a name, and I paid like $18 for it. It is supposedly, as you saw there earlier, sporting D2 steel. The Rockwell, they say, is all over the place. I saw one spec that said 61 to 63, which is insane on D2. And then I saw another one that was 58 to 63. I mean, who knows? It's a Chinese-made, ultra cheap knife, but it has potential. I mean, the look on it, I was definitely connecting with. G10 handles, D2 at, you know, if it is D2, you know, supposedly. We got a Kydex sheath or knockoff blade tech lock. We're going to talk about that. I got some competitive options. When I first heard of FLISSA, it was actually because of this D2. I think they're doing Sandvik now as an option, kind of like Becker, Scandi knockoff, weird, like whatever. That actually blew me away. I needed to put a micro edge on it, you know, and fix the Scandi a little bit. But once I did that, this thing is really good. And I know many of you guys have picked that up since and really enjoyed using it. So I was like, well, I'm familiar with what the brand can do. How about this? Now, I actually don't have my specs. I'll run it in. I think this is a 3-inch blade. Maybe it's even slightly less on a high saber grind. And I really like the blade shape. Drops in really nicely. It has a clip point, but a flat resting point right there. And for performance sake, it's a little thick behind the edge, but it definitely did the job. And if you're getting into compact fixed blades or you're wanting to try out the concept, you know, in theory, you look at it and you're like, okay, yeah, let's get after it. You know, and you do that. And the performance level is okay. And for 20 bucks, I can't really complain about it. Edge retention seems to perform like generic D2. I didn't see any like ultra high, because of the supposed Rockwell, like excellent edge retention. I didn't see like chippiness or anything like that. It's just basic D2 from what I could tell, like you're gonna get on a lot of these overseas produced knives. That along with the Kydex sheath. The Kydex sheath is pancake, so it's a little bit large, whoops. But aside from that, it totally seats the blade in with authority. I mean, there's no rattle. The tension is excellent. I mean, it's not going anywhere. It's got stuff for a neck knife and it's kind of thin, you know, so if you wanted to carry it that way. Now I'm finding that these knockoff blade tech locks are total bogus. You're gonna need to upgrade to like an Ulti-Clip or something is what I would do with this scenario, because the plastic is really brittle, pins tend to fall out. I would not trust these long-term, just be aware of that. So if you're seeing these Chinese knockoff blade tech locks, I've now had like 2 fail on me and they suck. Those companies need to swap that out. So up to this point, it's been performing for $20 really well. I'm like, okay, well, I can't really complain about that. So what could be this major issue that I'm going to get to in just a moment? But if you're getting value and entertainment out of this video, I'd invite you to hit that like button. It does help us get recommended to fellow knife lovers and gear lovers like yourself. If you're new to the channel, I do invite you to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can be notified every week when I put up new videos just like this. It's always sad when you have to retire a beloved piece of gear, but I recently had to do that with my Salomon XA Forces boots. They've been with me for a few years now, and it was time to update them. And thankfully, LA Police Gear is having a closeout deal going on right now on XA Forces shoes. So I have used these extensively and seeing their performance for these last couple years on multiple backpacking trips, more day hikes than I can count, and just daily living, they have been performing so well for me. And with the Gore-Tex lining offering a level of waterproof capability that is almost unmatched. And so I will have a link popping up here as well as in the description box below this video over to the LA Police Gear website where you can explore all the different features that these boots offer. So I invite you guys to check them out. Without our regular sponsors here, I couldn't continue to buy gear like this, test it out, show you pros, cons, and do what I do here. They are a vital piece of the puzzle along with you guys that make this channel go. Now, it's the handle. That's the problem right there. So in theory, you might get some good ergonomics. It's this giant cut in. And I thought that that might be the problem because when I was looking at it online, you know, I was like, oh man, why did they do that? If they had just kept this organically dropping, I'd be recommending this blade to you. Because it has this giant cut in, it's like, well, it makes your middle finger float, and then it just doesn't know what to do with itself the entire time when you're using the blade. And when you do a hammer grip, same thing. You have this weird floating feeling right in the center of your hand, and it's not organic or comfortable or make any sense, and it really destroys the usability of the knife. Because other than that, I mean, we got copper tubes right there. They have a couple different color combinations. It's slim, it's texture, G10, you know, and for EDC and just general like whittling around a campsite, I mean, it locks me in. It's got blocky jimping right there. The thumb ramp really locks me in well, but then I can get over it and use it kind of as a reverse shelf right there. So in theory, this would be an awesome design if they just hadn't done the cutout. I don't know why they did that, and it really ruins what this knife potentially could be a very high value compact fixed blade to, you know, gift during the holidays, but I would not recommend diving into that. But I do have two recommendations. They're going to be a little pricier, but still on the very budget end of tools. The first is a D2 KERSHAW STEPPE. Previously reviewed here. You can go check out the full review. I'll try and have it popping in. It's just been restocked. They sold out, and it's been a few months. I mean, they sold out so fast. About 45 bucks, but this is so slim, very lightweight, great blade geometry. It'll slice and work better than that FLISSA. And just a better, you know, just better, you know what you're getting with KERSHAW. Rubberized handles that just really lock you in. For how small the blade is, this cut in doesn't bother me, and it actually works with the sheath, and the sheath works really well. It's nice and slim. You got a pocket clip that, you know, will work for righties or lefties because the sheath is ambidextrous. Very cool design. I'll have a link popping up if I can, and it'll be in the description box. So those are restocked. So if you've been waiting on those, that's a great option for this kind of like high value EDC. And then previously reviewed here on the channel, and I know lots and lots of you guys are like, heck yeah, it's the KIZER Mini Harpoon. Now the burlap micarta is currently out of stock. I don't know if that will come back into stock or when. They have a couple different handle options. This is CPM 3V sourced in the USA. I have had no issues with the 3V and how it's been operating. There are a couple different color combinations. There is a larger version. This one's like 3 inches and then about 3.5 inch handle, but I have full grip, super slicey, taco design sheath, so even better than that FLISSA. Again, comes with that totally bogus clip though. This one totally fell apart on me, and I just have to swap out to an ulti clip. Great tension though. Pops into place. 60 bucks for the CPM 3V version when I'm making this video. There are D2 variants. There is even a Nitro V variant, and there's the full size harpoon. And then there's the mini. This is the mini. So lots of variants, lots of options. The D2 version is cheaper, I believe. I think it's coming around 40. And KIZER does have a couple other really good compact EDC blades that you can explore that I'll have links for as well if you're interested. So, man, compact EDC fixed blades, man, they are the hot thing right now, but that doesn't mean that every single one is excellent, and I would definitely steer away from this no-name FLISSA and go with something, you know, spend double, spend 40, spend 50 bucks, and you're gonna get probably a lot better performing tool that you're gonna be happy with and have better ergonomics overall. So, appreciate you guys hanging with me. Leave a comment below if you have any questions. Appreciate you guys hanging. Check out the other video and subscribe if you haven't. And until next time, always remember to stay equipped, stay prepared, and I'll see you out there.